morning, students. Today we will discuss the another part of the sexual reproduction in flowering plant, that is the structure of microsporangium. Structure of the microsporangium. In the previous section we have discussed about the structure of the anther, and there was the 4 thecas in the structure of the anther. In the cross section of the anther there was 4 thecas in the bilobed structure of the anther, and it contained the sporogenous tissue. This sporogenous tissue, this is the TS of the anther, and this is the sporogenous tissue filled inside the boundary walls of the anther. In an elaborate manner, when we see inside the structure of the anther, this is somewhat like this. This is the outermost membrane of the anther wall called epidermis. This is the epidermal cells. One layer thick epidermal cells, and then the cells of endothecium. Cells of endothecium. Then there are cells called middle lamella. And then the tapetal wall layer. So first of all layer is the epidermis, then the endothecium, then the middle lamella. So the cells of middle lamella have more than one nucleus. It may be binucleate or more than one. Middle lamella, and then the cells of tapetum. Tapetum cells are there. After the tapetal cells, there is the filling of the sporogenous tissue. These are the cells of sporogenous tissue. Cells of sporogenous tissues are made up of a special kind of cells which is called microspore mother cell. The microspore mother cell completely is the origination of the microspores. In microspore mother cells, there takes meiosis. In microspore mother cell, the meiosis takes place and the formation of 4 microspores takes place. Formation of 4 microspores takes place in the microspore mother cell. And this is the first layer, epidermis, endothecium, then middle lamella, then the sporogenous tissue, and each cell of the sporogenous tissue is called microspore mother cell. And microspore mother cells undergo meiotic division to form 4 haploid microspore, and in this condition it is called microspore tetrad. In this condition it is called microspore tetrad. The microspore, after the formation of microspore tetrad, the entire structure of the anther becomes matured becomes matured and the structure of the anther, when we see in its TS, is now it become bag like structure, and it is now having the microspore tetrads converted into macrospores. Macrospore tetrad, they are free up, macrospore are free up, and the macrospores are filled in this sac. Now further what happens, these macrospore matures and develop two-layer structure. One is called intine and another is called exine. Macrospore tetrad breaks up, freed the macrospore, then macrospore develops two-layered structure. One is intine and another is exine. There is a nucleus inside it. At one place the exine is not present, so this is called germ pore. This is called germ pore. Exine is made up of sporopollenin substance. Exine is made up of sporopollenin substance, which is the very hard substance, and it do not react with any chemical or do not react with any substance present in the nature. That's why pollen can survive and can withstand in the varied kind of environmental conditions. After the shedding from the plant, the pollen can be withstand with the different environmental disturbances. That's why the pollen as a male gamete, pollen grain is called the male gamete, can survive in the diverse environmental conditions. But at one place the sporopollenin is absent, so the germ pore is there. Sporopollenin is absent at one place. The place is called germ pore. Basically this place is used to imbibe water and further to produce pollen tube in the favorable conditions. So this is the structure of macrosporangium, and now the macrospore converted into pollen grains and these pollen grains are filled up in a sac-like structure, of the anther. They become pollen sac. Now they are called pollen sac. So this is the structure of macrosporangium and the initial formation of macrospore, then the conversion of macrospore into the pollen grain. Thank you.